welcome to the Nightcap. It's your girl, Carolina Sanchez, and 'tis the season for blessings, baby. You may remember on this show, back in 2024, on February 14th, Valentine's Day, we did a show about setting the stage for love, because we had a special guest who was writing letters to his future wife, okay? Trying to manifest this woman and working through his own traumas, his own horrors that he's dealt with, and making sure he's set up properly as a man to receive the woman of his dreams. He even wrote a song called You, Dear Future Wifey, and we had David Michael Wyatt perform it. I'm talking about my man, Laterras R. Whitfield. And baby, Christmas came early for you this year, right?
Yeah.
Because you brought somebody very special.
Yeah, my answered prayer.
Your answered prayer.
Yes.
There she is, Mrs. Laterras R. Whitfield. Can I meet her?
Of course you can.
All right, then. Let's get into it.
Yeah, what's up for a nightcap? Chill, you know, kick back.
All right, people were waiting with bated breath to see this woman that, you know, Laterras kept private for so long and held it very close because, you know, he's been talking to this woman for forever before he even met her. Now she's here. I'm introducing you to Ashley Wood, AKA Mrs. Laterras R. Whitfield. Welcome to the Nightcap, Ashley.
Thank you.
You are an answered prayer, as he said.
Absolutely.
And y'all are newlyweds.
Yes, 3 weeks in.
Oh, 3 weeks in. Well, cheers to that. And if y'all can tell, we got very different colored glasses because they are alcohol free. Okay, mine is not, but theirs are. So do not come to Laterras' comments because he is not drinking, y'all.
They'll be all right.
All right, it's just been a few weeks, and y'all have been on tour. You did a week of a honeymoon. So how has it been? Has it even settled in that you guys are a married couple?
I think it's still settling in. You know, I'm adjusting to having a woman around the house all the time. I'm adjusting to now when I travel to make sure that I take account on her getting up an hour early, an hour and a half early to make sure that, you know, I'm packing her stuff with her and prioritizing her packing before my own. And so it's a great adjustment.
Is he doing a good job of it?
He's doing a great job.
How do you feel? Are you feeling settled? I mean, you're not only like entering marriage, you're also entering a very public life.
Yeah, I feel settled. I feel the strangest thing is that I'm from Los Angeles, so it feels odd because a week ago I moved to Dallas.
Yeah.
So that for me as a West Coast gal is just very different. So like I don't know if I can say it, but I had Whataburger for the first time last night. And he thinks it's better than In-N-Out.
Oh, it is.
And
It's not.
girl, get off this stage. Oh, you married this one? I'm kidding.
I was telling her, she's like, no, Whataburger is fresh. It has this, I know what she was talking about, In-N-Out, has fresher ingredients and all this. I said,
is
girl,
fresh.
you don't get that bland burger.
Fresh, good quality. Yeah.
I will say this about Whataburger is that it's hit or miss on the location,
Yeah,
which
that
is
is true.
sad,
That's true.
But baby, the best Whataburger
Yes.
can beat the best In-N-Out burger.
Every day of the week.
But it shouldn't have to be the best.
I got you.
It
I
should
got
be
you. I
consistent.
understand. I hear
It
you
should be
loud and clear. I hear you loud and clear, baby. Yeah, you know. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's right.
And
She's
you'll
right.
learn how to bow down. The first thing I learned about marriage, you need to bow down and don't, you know, you pick your arguments. You say, okay, baby.
All right, well, before we dive into how y'all got here, Laterras, last time you were here, you know, you were in the thick of Dear Future Wifey podcast, is already very successful with its viral moments. You had already almost proposed to somebody else. I mean, you'd been dating, you were always dating before you found Ashley. How was it navigating the therapy that was the podcast?
It was a very, therapy happened in a very indirect way. You know, I'm sitting here talking to guests every week. They're sharing their stories, those that have been married, those have been divorced, those are single, never deciding or desiring to be married at all. And so I was able to glean nuggets and insight on this thing I call my quilt of love, the different patchwork. And even when you said that I was about to propose to the other woman, it didn't quite get there. I was still in the vetting process of trying to see if we were aligned, and I realized that we just wasn't aligned.
Right.
But I didn't allow the loss of that to hinder my desire to manifest this beautiful woman next to me.
Right.
Yeah.
When did you realize that, you know, I'm also helping other people through this podcast. It's not just my journey in finding Ashley. It's actually, you know, really bringing to light what love should look like for people. And, you know, like, this is bigger than Laterras.
I started realizing that when I started getting so many DMs, comments where people were telling me that they use my podcast to create conversations with their spouse, to people who are on the verge of divorce. Watch the podcast. A friend sent them an episode, and they said, you know what, we're going to keep on giving this marriage a try. I knew it was helping other people when one of my personal friends, Jewel and Tavia Whitlow, the Whitlows, they were on the verge of divorce. I brought them on the podcast and in real time helped them cultivate a place in their marriage that they've never been in. And they're now celebrating probably 27 years of marriage.
Wow.
And they were about to have a divorce coming up on their 25th year.
Wow.
And so it's been a beautiful moment.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, through your podcast, my girl Ashley was listening to you as a fan, right? You were a subscriber?
I hadn't actually subscribed.
Oh,
I was listening.
Oh, that's messed up.
But she was listening.
See what you did? Now, you know, in fact, you've been shacking up with me all this time. Look at me. This is messed up. You wasn't committed.
But she was an avid listener.
Okay.
She just didn't hit subscribe.
Okay, all right.
So how was it listening to him before actually meeting him?
Well, it was actually when I was listening to him when I felt like I knew him. So I was listening to him one day driving on the 101 freeway. That's in LA.
The 101. You see how she said the? That's a very
the
LA
one
thing to
freeway.
do.
Yes. And I was listening to an episode. I wish I remembered which episode it was, but I felt the Holy Spirit say, like, you know him, like he would know you, like that is the sound of your husband. So I didn't feel like God was saying that was my husband. I just knew the sound of my husband was how he sounded. And so I said, but that is so odd to me. Like, I've never come across him. I don't know him. So clearly it can't be him. So I took it as, well, maybe your husband just sounds like him. I don't know what he was saying on the episode, but I don't know if it was a letter. I don't know if it was an episode, but I just knew he sounded like my husband before I met him.
Oh no, we got to talk about this love story. All right, listen, we got more time with the Whitfields. You stay right there. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Nightcap. We're talking about an amazing holiday blessing because we have the creator and the host of Dear Future Wifey podcast and his new wife, Laterras R. Whitfield and Ashley Whitfield. And listen, I mean, you've been blessed with many things in your life. I mean, your children, or your daughter, excuse me.
Yeah. No, and children. I adopted 2 kids.
Oh, and you adopted 2 kids. Your
Yeah.
children.
Yeah.
You're a 3-time Emmy-nominated producer, a winner of 2 Telly Awards. I'm also a Telly Award winner, so shout out to the Telly Award
shout
winners.
out. Congrats.
And an author. I mean, you've been blessed. But with this podcast and through this book, I think, you know, you've been looking for Ashley for so long.
Yeah.
And it's hard, I think, to really look back at all these years of manifesting her.
Yeah.
To then have her. So how are you able to see that the ideal that you've been creating over these years to the real person? Like, does it add up or is it different?
No, it totally adds up. I tell her all the time. I look at her sometimes and I be like, I feel settled without settling. I said that in the vow. I said that when I proposed to her. I said it when in our wedding vows. I say it to her probably 1 time a week. That I feel settled without settling, meaning I didn't have to settle. I didn't have to compromise and say, well, I guess what I really wanted was this, but I'll go ahead and take Ashley, you know, and my heart is settled. I sit back and go, it was all worth the wait. It was all worth the tears. It was all worth the broken relationships, the things that I thought was supposed to work out that didn't work out. It all made sense when I met her. And we went on our first date on March the 18th of this year, of 2025. And I said, I even told her this, and this goes against everything that I believe. You know, even on the last episode, I said, I believe in dating multiple people at one time.
Yeah, you said that here.
Yes, yeah. I said on the last episode with you, I said, I believe in dating multiple people. With her in March, I told her, I said, you know what? I'm committed to you before the commitment. I said, I'm forgetting all options out there, and I'm focusing totally on you.
Okay, Ashley. Y'all had met the year before.
Yep.
You were like, I'm a Cali girl, you a Dallas boy.
Yep.
Yep.
This ain't gonna work, but we can be friends.
Yep.
Yes.
And now he tells you a year later, after
Yeah.
he flies out, takes you on a date, and says, I'm committed to you before the commitment. Are you like, are you crazy? Or what do you feel?
Well, I'm feeling like I want to take things slow.
Okay.
I'm feeling like this was my friend, so I was like, oh, this is a shift. You know, I've been telling him all my business about the guys that I'm dating, so I'm like, oh, okay, this is a mental adjustment. And I was just cautiously optimistic. So I wanted to kind of see him be consistent. I wanted to see his words and his actions line up. I thought it was easy to say something in a moment, but it was much harder to like walk that and live that out.
Right. All right, so when did it, because baby, we're talking about March this year,
Yes.
and we're in December.
Yeah.
And y'all got married in November.
Yep.
All right, so that's what, 8 months?
Yep.
Of preparing for this? So obviously the commitment was there.
Yeah.
But when did that shift happen? When did, like, you know, the friend,
Yeah.
the host of this podcast where he's been trying to find this wifey for a while, become like, oh, you know what, this man is my man?
Yeah. On my birthday,
Okay.
I do.
When's your birthday?
March 31st.
You better stop. Not even 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And my birthday, March 29th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I just knew because he had sent me flowers. He said that wasn't enough. He said he was at church.
I mean, it's not enough. Let's be real.
Listen, we wasn't in a relationship. She's still trying to figure
if you
out.
committed before the commitment, you only sent me flowers.
but
We
listen,
ain't committed, baby.
I ain't gonna keep investing in something that ain't reciprocal.
Fair. Okay,
There it
but
is.
okay, so he sent you flowers, and
Yeah. He after church, he left church. He called me and he said, "What are you doing today? Do you have time to go to Tiffany's?" And I said, "Well, Tiffany's. Okay, yeah, I can go to Tiffany's.
Absolutely, I have time for Tiffany's.
I have time for Tiffany's." So I went to Tiffany's. He told me to get my phone out and to make sure that I recorded it. I walked in, and he had put a necklace on hold. It was the open, what is it called?
Open heart.
The open heart necklace. And he had written a letter because I guess the necklace, the point of it is to fill your heart with all of the things that, you know, he wanted to pour into our relationship. So it was open so that he could pour into like building the kind of relationship that, you know, he knew I wanted to because he was my friend.
Right.
And so then he told me how much the necklace cost and he said, "Listen, I'm not into tricking off money on women."
Hello.
Yeah.
And so I understand your
Yeah, I'm
perspective.
trying to tell you, I ain't got
it
time to be waiting.
reciprocated, like,
I work hard for this money.
Right.
I ain't out here just making it rain.
Right, right.
Yeah. But he said God asked him a question, and I want you to say, what did God
So I was in church and God said, if that was your wife, would that be the gift that you gave her? Would you, the flowers that you gave her, would that be good enough? I said, nah, if it was my wife, it's this necklace I want to get her. I would want to get her this. He said, so why don't you get it? I was like, hold on now. Like, we ain't even there
I
yet.
felt like God there because you already said you committed before the
Yeah,
commitment.
but this is a tough cookie. This listen, you'll be spending this money and it'd be a wasted investment. Amen. And I'll be like, can I get that?
No, amen.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
amen.
amen. I'll be like, can I get
No,
that necklace back since you don't want to be with me? So I was like, so I didn't want to be somebody that's asking for presents back. And so I said, let me take it slow. And so I sent her the flowers. A couple of days later, I kept saying, gosh, that's not good enough. I like, this is who I really believe is my future. Let me activate that in my life. Let me actually move with intention on that level. So when God spoke that in my heart that Sunday morning, I said, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. You know what I'm saying? And so I went, got the necklace, and I told her to record it because I wanted to see her reaction and I wanted to document the beginning of that seed that I'm planting so that we can go back and look at it and be like, and this is where it started. This is where God spoke to me that if you were my wife, what gift would I give you? And this is your response to it. And then we'll be able to go back and look at it.
All right, have we gone back to look at it?
Not yet, because she had a whole lot of other stuff to look at. We had
Come on, yeah, you got like 300 letters to look through, right?
There's a lot.
a whole
And-
wedding that we just did,
Yes.
a proposal, a big proposal I did July the 13th.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been moving.
Okay, and then when did you know Ashley's it? Obviously you committed beforehand, but you know, there's a difference between like, you know, this is my ideal woman, this is my ideal
Yeah.
love to like, wow, no, I think this is what it is, to no, this is?
I think around April, and we were talking about that the other day, I think it was like April the 4th or the 6th. I was preparing to do the 5-year live anniversary of the Dear Future Wifey podcast at John Gray's Church in Greenville, South Carolina. And I had a dream that I had proposed to her, and it didn't scare me. I had a dream that I proposed to her on that stage at that event on April the 15th. And this was like about a week prior to that. And I called and I said, you know what, I had a dream that I proposed to you at the live recording of my podcast in front of everybody. He said, so how'd you feel about that? I said, it didn't make me scared. It made me feel at peace. That's when I knew that I was ready to marry her.
Okay, when he told you that, how'd you feel?
That's
Were
a good
you
question.
scared?
Yeah. I wasn't. I was surprised. I was surprised. I thought, I've always heard people say when men know, they know.
Yeah.
And he knew. He knew.
But just because he know don't
No,
mean
I
I
mean, you know.
know. So
No. Well, he knew for him, but I knew on March 7th when my best friend called me and said that he was my husband.
But she never told me that though at that time.
Girl, you done skipped. We already in April. What
Yes,
happened?
and that's how I felt.
What?
Yeah.
Your best friend told you what? Tell her.
My best friend called me and she said, I can't shake this feeling. I've been trying to go to bed, shake this feeling, but I have to tell you, the Holy Spirit told me that Laterras is your husband.
This is 4 days before he flew.
Shoot, this is about, this is March the 7th?
March the 7th.
So that was 11 days before I flew down there.
Oh, you flew on the 15th?
Yeah,
On the
18th.
18th.
I
Oh,
went there on
okay.
the 18th. I had a conversation with her February the 28th or whatever, and said I wanted to take you on the first date. So she knew that on the 7th, never relayed that to me, and I'm sitting up here like, why? What is going on? Like, why is it so hard to make traction with you? And then one day I ended up telling her, I was like, you realize I don't just say stuff and don't mean it. And she said, Laterras, I hear guys say stuff like that all the time.
I mean, clearly.
Exactly.
On the 101, and then her best friend, and she probably had dreams she don't remember about this. Okay, listen, we way ran out of time, but we got more to discuss about this love story between Laterras and Ashley. You stay right there. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Nightcap. We've been having a feel-good episode with the Whitfields, talking about their love journey from Dear Future Wifey to present wifey and the only wifey, right?
Yes.
Okay, but it's time for game night. All right, I'm sorry, Ashley. I know this is new for you.
So new.
It's so new, but I promise these are harmless questions, but we're gonna play rapid fire. So I ask, you answer.
Okay.
No thinking about it. All right, you ready? Who said I love you first?
Me.
Laterras.
Who apologized first after your first argument?
Me.
Laterras.
Who is the better communicator?
Me.
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 All right, I really want to dive into that one. I might later. Who's more dramatic?
Laterras.
Me.
I like that he owned it.
Yes.
Accountability is good there. Who gives better gifts?
Me.
Laterras.
Well, what kind of gifts is she giving? Socks?
What have you got me?
We just talked about this. A lot of Louis Vuitton.
Oh, you bought me a Louis Vuitton shoes, some Louis Vuitton cologne for Father's Day.
I bought you your first ring.
Yeah, she bought me. She proposed to me first with an Oura ring.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah, she wanted to make
a
sure
good
my
giver.
health is right. So I appreciate
She's
that.
like, is he sleeping or not? All right, finish this sentence, and I'll go with you first, Ashley. Marriage surprised me by being.
Ooh, can you go first?
Okay, Laterras. Marriage surprised me by being.
At peace.
Are you even surprised, girl? You may not be surprised. Are you still taking it in?
It surprised me to be with my best friend.
Oh yeah.
She
I
always
didn't know
says
you
that.
could. I didn't know that could exist.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause
Where
he
it's
was-
really just your.
Yeah, we're friend zoned.
Exactly.
And then no, it turned into something more.
Yeah.
What is the tiniest thing that your spouse does that makes you melt?
You gonna answer first?
It's the way he looks at me.
Yeah.
He,
I was about to say the same thing about you. Go ahead, finish.
Well, when he looks at me, I can really tell, like I can see the adoration in his eyes, and it makes me melt.
Yeah. I was about to say the exact same thing because that's how I feel. Like there's pictures from our wedding that she'll just stare at me or whatnot, or people end up telling me that, and I've said this, I said I love when I interview couples and the way they look at each other, you can see the love that they have for each other. And that was one of my private prayers. I said, God, I want that. I want a woman that looks at me like that. And then God gave me her, and she'll look at me like that all the time. People are like, ooh, she like him, she love him. I've always wanted that.
I actually remember very distinctly the first time my husband looked at me with those eyes. Like I vividly remember.
Yes.
Yeah, it is a very specific look.
It is.
It is very specific.
It is.
All right, who takes longer to get ready?
Oh, Lord.
Me.
I know, you
Lord,
got to wake her
yeah.
up an hour
Yeah,
early. You
wake
already
hour
said
early.
that one.
Yes.
What are the biggest icks you guys had to get over each other?
That we were, I don't think it's anything specific, but it's more of that you're not dating yourself. You're dating somebody else. And so you got to give the other person grace to be who they naturally are. Yeah, that's what I would say. What would you say?
No, that's it. That's 1000%. We're very similar in a lot of ways.
Yep.
But in some ways, I think, that's what we have to work on. It's the things about myself that I don't like that we'll be arguing about.
Like her lack of interest in Whataburger.
Yeah, that right there. Yeah, we got to pray
We're
about
going to have
that
to think about that one
Yeah,
for
we
sure.
gotta
Pray
pray.
a lot about it. Who is the better listener?
I think we both struggling.
Not me thinking Laterras is going to say me. I host the podcast.
I was about to say I do, but that's only from my vantage point. If she says that I don't, then I don't.
Right, and I assume you've told him he doesn't listen sometimes.
I think we're both listening better.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
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 So I think we graduated to that.
Okay. What's one thing you've learned about love through each other this year?
That love takes a lot of bravery. I remember my therapist when I told Love McPherson that I had intentions to pursue Ashley, and I was like, "So what do you think about this? This is my friend, and I want to feel, what do you think?" She said, "Are you scared?" She said, "You always said you want to go from friend to fiance." She said, "Why don't you be courageous?" And I was like, "So you're trying to say that I'm weak or something?" Okay, I ain't scared. I ain't scared of nothing. Yeah, I'm pumped up like, hold on, you gotta watch how you handle me, love. But what it was that she told me that the feelings that I had, the minor trepidation that I had, took bravery. And that's the bravery to say that even if it wasn't reciprocated, even if she said, "Yeah, I like you, you cool, but I just don't see you like that I did the brave thing and asked. And so I realized, and I always understood that love takes bravery. It doesn't have to be reciprocal.
Yeah. I mean, Tiffany's. Ashley, what about you? What did you learn about love?
Yeah, I've learned that God answers prayers in ways that so I wrote a letter to myself on my birthday last year, and I wrote to him, but he was just my friend. And so when I opened up the letter, I open up the letter every year on my birthday. This year, I had to read it to him because I had this moment where I literally wrote in the letter that the man that was in front of me was sent by God, and that I should submit to this man, knowing and trusting that he submits to the Lord. And so when I opened that letter, I had no way of knowing in 2024 that God the manifestation of this would exist on my birthday when I opened up the letter 365 days later. And so what I've learned about love is that God is love. And when you write to him, when you believe on him, when you keep hope first, don't give up on love. Like, God will write the story better than anything you could say or do.
Wow. And that's the first time it really dawned on me. She shared that with me and I saw it, but that's why it was imperative for me to act like she was my wife for her birthday. Little did I know, because she ended up telling me, "Yeah, I wrote something, I may read it to you later." And then when she actually read that to me, I was like, oh my God, that's the reason why I needed to do what I did then, to make a power move so that it would confirm the letter that she wrote a year prior.
I'm sorry, but March is y'all's month.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need, if y'all ever have like a convention, a festival, I'm manifesting this for
There
y'all.
it is.
It needs to be in March.
Yeah, talk about
that
it.
is,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that is y'all. It's your birthdays.
Yeah.
It's the start of your romance. It is when
Yes.
y'all knew. I mean, you
Yes.
knew in April, but we gonna
Yeah.
say it's March.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I wanted to know in March, which I started moving forward. I had a keen idea about it. I just was operating in a little fear.
in a little fear.
Yeah.
And I feel like you talk about that here in Student of Love. So
Yeah.
for people who are interested in this, especially if they don't know nothing about Laterras R. Whitfield
Yeah.
and the Dear Future Wifey, you must listen on any place that you can stream a podcast, including YouTube. But as far as the book goes,
Student of Love is my journey. The podcast is my journey to discover, uncover, recover love. And Student of Love is your guide to discover, uncover, and recover healthy relationships. If you want a love that you are proud about, a love that you want to submit to, a love that you want to surrender to, then the work starts with you. Love isn't about finding the right person. Love is about becoming the right person. And that's what Student of Love teaches.
wow. Cheers to y'all to becoming the right people for each other. And I can't wait to see what y'all do in March, baby.
Yeah, you know,
okay?
we're gonna do it. We're gonna do
y'all
it.
gonna do it.
Yes.
All right, a good place to have a good time though is Grooves, baby, in Houston. And I'm heading behind the bar because I'm gonna find out how they make this delicious little cocktail. And don't worry, they had mocktails. All right, we'll be right back. Welcome back to the Nightcap. I'm behind the bar because I've got Grooves of Houston in the building. Y'all know Felicia Drake, and we got bartender Mariah McIntosh, and it's time to do what? Back that glass up. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Okay. Listen, they had mocktails, but I had the cocktails. What is this called?
It's called Santa Baby.
Santa Baby.
Well,
Okay. I don't have the rights to that song, so don't charge me. Okay. So what's in it?
It's a perfect holiday cocktail. You have your Hendrix gin, you have your raspberry syrup, and then you have it topped with a little Prosecco.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and let you make that for me again. Show the people at home while I talk to my girl Felicia because, baby, y'all stay busy.
Oh my God, yes. Yeah, you gotta come back.
I know. I mean, y'all saw how I ate last time I went there. All right, it's never good TV when I'm drowning in food.
Yeah, but that's what you gotta come back for.
I know, because now I gotta come for brunch.
Yes.
And so, how is the holiday season? I see, obviously, you have Santa Baby. Are you having
Yeah.
different menu items for the?
Absolutely. So we're gonna have a holiday menu for the drinks, of course, and then obviously we're getting ready for all the holiday stuff, Christmas and New Year's Eve, and we have a big party the Eve of Eve, one day before New Year's Eve.
The
as well.
Eve of Eve.
Eve of Eve. It's
December
a big
30th.
Hampton versus Howard party that goes on every year with us, so it's a big deal.
Oh, baby, the
Oh, yeah.
Greeks love.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Love
yeah.
them some
They'll be out.
Grooves, okay? Awesome.
Yes, we do. So yeah, you got to come back out and check us out all holiday season. We are going to be having fun.
All right, so for the people at home who are unfamiliar, when you're open, what days do you open?
Everybody knows about Friday happy hour. So
If you don't know about it, now
right.
you do.
We've always had the best happy hour. And then Saturdays and Sundays we're open for brunch, 11 to 7. And then if we have special events or private events, we're open for those things. But the brunch is where it's at. Not only is it good food, they party, like party. So this is the type of thing you're like, can you not twerk by my waffles? But it's good though. And you know, they come in and they have a great time with great food. So
Absolutely. No, the videos from Grooves, baby, like once you go Grooves, you don't go anywhere else.
So,
all right, and you'll see Felicia there with her
Absolutely.
mocktail.
My mocktail, too.
All right, let me see what you got over here, baby, because this is mine, right?
absolutely.
Okay. All right, listen. Grooves of Houston is the place to be. Get your book, Student of Love, because Laterras did so much research for this. He interviewed 200 guests for this book, and he found his woman. So you already know, he is a student of love, and you should be a student of love too. And you know what? I hope your wish comes true, and whatever you manifest in your life, may God fulfill it. All right? Cheers. We'll see you guys next time. Cheers, baby.